Darling, it's true. Jeff and I are getting divorced. But let's be clear. This isn't a breakup. It's a strategic exit after completing my mission.
Well, it seems that Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez already have some relationship haters. $37 million divorce.
Billion,
honey. Put some respect on that.
You and your fiance, Jeff Bezos.
Who?
It goes on and on about this woman who, let's face it, this relationship began in an extramarital affair. They were both cheating on their spouses, but now they're getting the Vogue treatment to where we're supposed to believe it's the grand love affair. And they point out about how out on the yacht, she's wearing her crop top, partying with Leonardo DiCaprio and Queen Rania of Jordan. And when questioned about how this isn't very green of them to have the yacht everywhere and the private jets, Sanchez is undaunted. We mentioned Lauren Sánchez. She posted, she didn't post. She was in the tabloids for this picture of Jeff Bezos smacking her thong-wearing bottom on their yacht. This is, I submit to you, a total setup.
Talking about Jeff Bezos before the show. But you fuck with the wrong dude. He's crazy. He's got more money than anybody. And he's like,
much money?
I'm sure. Look, it's a good move.
Rightfully so.
That Bezos dude's burning money. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Let's not pretend he doesn't have choice. He knows he has choice. He has hot women hitting him up all the time. Let's not pretend he's banging hot young women just like the rest.
Jeff Bezos didn't just file for divorce. He launched a $5 billion legal missile straight into his own empire.
It's a very challenging thing to try and estimate. So I think you just have to try and be reasonable about it, take as much risk off the table as you can for yourself. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
And the internet hasn't stopped buzzing since.
Lauren Sanchez's, one of her former friends does not think that Jeff Bezos should propose to her because she thinks that he would be a fool because Lauren Sánchez has had some very turbulent love relationships.
Right, bitch, for turbulent. That's why he likes her.
Right. Well, I know, but so here's the thing. She's been proposed to, or she's been engaged 4 times.
That means she got that good.
Yes.
What was supposed to be a fairy tale wedding in Venice has spiraled into one of the messiest billionaire scandals of the decade. And then, out of nowhere, Joe Rogan grabbed the mic and said exactly what millions of people were already whispering. His roast didn't just get laughs, it flipped the entire narrative on its head, turning Lauren Sánchez from glamorous bride into public enemy #1. This isn't just about love gone wrong. This is strategy, betrayal, and a billionaire takedown unfolding in real time. And trust me, you're not ready for what comes next.
Our marriage was beautiful while it lasted for the whole 2 days. Although I need to say, every time he laughed at one of his own dad jokes, I died a little inside, and my face cost too much to keep dying like that. Jeff, thank you for the memories, the diamonds, and the very generous settlement. To my next chapter, may it be as expensive and unattainable as my new jawline. And most importantly, completely laugh-free. Kisses.
So if you haven't heard, Jeff Bezos has lost his mind. He has completely gone insane. I'm not talking about his politics. I'm talking about what he did.
It's a $10 billion commitment, and it's really, supporting.
Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life.
They called it the wedding of the year, a $5 million spectacle in Venice, complete with celebrity guests, designer gowns, and photos polished enough for a Vogue cover shoot.
I do in front of famous friends after celebrating their 2023 proposal on a yacht with Kris Jenner and Bill Gates, and then again at an intimate soiree with Oprah and Rob Pattinson.
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez looked untouchable, like the ultimate power couple stepping into their happily ever after. But here's the problem with picture-perfect love stories. The more flawless they look on the surface, the more people wonder what's hiding underneath. Even at the ceremony, insiders whispered about tension, about how carefully staged every single moment felt. This wasn't romance, it was branding. And when Joe Rogan later tore into the whole affair, he asked the question no one else dared. Why would a man spend millions on a wedding only to walk into court weeks later with a $5 billion lawsuit?
No, but wish them both well. They've both released statements about the end of their marriage. Yes. They're both very kind and gracious to one another. And I think divorce, no matter what the circumstances, I think are always very painful. So the fact that they can walk away, and really only the two of them really know. All this chatter, all of these people don't know really.
Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life.
Oh, you think this divorce settlement is fair?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. A marriage is a partnership. Bezos spent 25 years helping her husband grow his business and grow his swagger. I mean, look at that. He went from pleated pants salesman to jacked up arms dealer, am I right? Yeah, it's totally fair. Look, but that chapter is now closed, okay? It's over now, and this next phase is crucial.
About Jeff Bezos before the show.
So if you haven't heard, Jeff Bezos has lost his mind. He has completely gone insane. I'm not talking about his politics. I'm talking about what he did.
But you fuck with the wrong dude. He's crazy. He's got more money than anybody. And he's like,
Darling, it's true. Jeff and I are getting divorced. But let's be clear. This isn't a breakup. It's a strategic exit after completing my mission.
Much money?
I'm sure. Look, it's a good move.
Rightfully so.
That Bezos dude's burning money. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I can't stand them. Everything about this circus is just, I just exhausted. Everything I know about them, I know against my will.
Let's not pretend he doesn't have choice. He knows he has choice. He has hot women hitting him up all the time. Let's not pretend he's banging hot young women
Just days after the wedding glow faded, the fairy tale shattered. Jeff Bezos filed for divorce.
Lauren Sanchez's, one of her former friends does not think that Jeff Bezos should propose to her because she thinks that he would be a fool because Lauren Sanchez has had some very turbulent love relationships.
Right, bitch, for turbulent. That's why he likes her.
Right. Well, I know, but so here's the thing. She's been proposed to, or she's been engaged 4 times.
That means she got that good.
Yes.
But this wasn't your ordinary breakup. This was a $5 billion lawsuit, a legal strike so massive it felt less like heartbreak and more like corporate warfare.
Our marriage was beautiful while it lasted for the whole 2 days. Although I need to say, every time he laughed at one of his own dad jokes, I died a little inside, and my face cost too much to keep dying like that. Jeff, thank you for the memories, the diamonds, and the very generous settlement. To my next chapter, may it be as expensive and unattainable as my new jawline. And most importantly, completely laugh-free. Kisses.
So if you haven't heard, Jeff Bezos has lost his mind. He has completely gone insane. I'm not talking about his politics. I'm talking about what he did.
Court leaks suggested Bezos had his legal team waiting in the wings, armed with prenup violations, private texts, and NDA clauses ready to detonate. To the public, it looked ruthless. To Rogan, it looked genius. Commentators compared the filing to the way Bezos runs Amazon. Efficient, merciless, and with zero hesitation. No emotion, no hesitation, just action. The world expected a long, bitter split. Instead, Bezos delivered the coldest move of the decade, and the internet lit up with one question. Was this about love, or had it been a calculated takedown from the start? The internet didn't just laugh, it erupted. Within hours, Rogan's clips were chopped, captioned, and spread like wildfire across TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and X. Memes painted Bezos as Thanos, snapping away Lauren's fame with one cold move. Others mocked the wedding itself, calling it a $5 million marketing campaign dressed up as romance. One viral TikTok spliced Lauren stepping off a private jet with Rogan's voiceover. It's not a honeymoon, it's a product launch. Fans couldn't get enough. What was supposed to be Lauren's fairy tale transformation into billionaire royalty had collapsed into a global roast session. Every meme, every caption, every parody skit only added fuel to the fire. And suddenly, this wasn't just a divorce. It was the internet's favorite news sport. But while the internet laughed, Lauren stayed silent. No tearful statement, no paparazzi stroll, not even a single Instagram post. And that silence spoke louder than any press release could. In the world of billionaire scandals, disappearing only makes the whispers grow louder. Fans began to say her silence was an admission of guilt, proof that Rogan's roast had hit too close to home. Commentators noted how her once relentless PR machine had suddenly gone dark, as if someone had pulled the plug overnight. And with no defense, Rogan's words started to harden into fact. The more Lauren stayed quiet, the more the internet rewrote her image, not as a wronged bride, but as a fame hunter who gambled everything and lost. While Lauren's silence fueled suspicion, Jeff Bezos moved like a chess master. Insiders say that the moment the lawsuit was filed, he locked down joint accounts, cut off access to the private jet, and began untangling every shared tie with military precision. Rogan described it best, calling Bezos' strike a sniper shot, cold and flawless. To the outside world, it wasn't the reaction of a heartbroken husband. It was the strategy of the world's richest man protecting his empire. Bezos let the memes run wild, let Rogan's commentary do the heavy lifting, and never once broke character. No public outbursts, no messy interviews, just cold, calculated moves behind closed doors. And the message was clear. This wasn't just a divorce. It was a billionaire takedown, orchestrated with the same efficiency that built Amazon. By now, Rogan's roast had gone beyond comedy. It became myth. His sharpest lines were clipped into TikToks, remixed into memes, even quoted like gospel across Reddit threads. One fan wrote, "Joe Rogan killed the Lauren Sánchez influencer era in less than a minute." Another captioned a viral clip, "This wasn't a marriage, it was a marketing campaign." The internet didn't just laugh, they believed it. What began as a scandal quickly transformed into a cultural story, the kind people repeat long after the headlines fade. Lauren wasn't seen as Bezos' glamorous partner anymore. She was framed as a failed opportunist, roasted into oblivion. And Bezos? He emerged not as a betrayed husband, but as a mastermind who saw it all coming. Thanks to Rogan, the divorce wasn't just news. It was cemented as one of the internet's most savage takedowns. In the end, this story isn't just about a broken marriage. It's about perception, power, and the brutal reality of life under the spotlight. Did Lauren Sánchez ever truly marry for love, or was it always about building a brand? Did Jeff Bezos see the play from the very beginning, waiting for the perfect moment to pull the trigger? And was Joe Rogan just making jokes? Or did he expose the truth that everyone else was too afraid to say out loud? What's clear is that this wasn't a simple divorce. It was a billion-dollar spectacle, a public takedown that turned one woman into a punchline and one man into a strategist. And the real shock is this. In today's world, the loudest voice in the room isn't the courtroom, it's the internet. So here we are, the $5 billion breakup that started as a fairy tale wedding and ended as a meme-fueled spectacle. Joe Rogan didn't just crack a few jokes. He rewrote the entire narrative, and the internet crowned him the voice of the scandal. Jeff Bezos walked away looking like a cold strategist, while Lauren Sánchez vanished into silence, her image collapsing under the weight of memes and mockery. But here's the real question. Did Rogan go too far, or was he simply saying what everyone else was already thinking? I want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you're following this billionaire chaos, and make sure you're subscribed, because if this is how it starts, you don't want to miss what comes next.